This magician pushes the limits of what's possible. America's Got Talent. The lights dimmed. A hush spread across the America's Got Talent stage. In the center stood a man in a slightly faded black suit, clutching a deck of cards that looked older than the stage itself. His hands trembled, not from fear, but from something deeper. His name was Ethan Cross, a 36-year-old magician from a small town in Ohio, and tonight, he wasn't here just to perform magic, he was here to prove that miracles still exist. When Ethan introduced himself, his voice cracked. "I'm not here for fame," he said softly, "I'm here, for my daughter." The crowd leaned in, and the judge's expressions shifted from polite curiosity to genuine interest. The host, backstage, whispered to the cameraman, "This guy's different." Ethan began his act with a single card. He asked Sofia Vergara to pick one, sign it, and place it back in the deck. But instead of flashy tricks, fire, or explosions, Ethan spoke, his tone calm and vulnerable. "Every magician has a story," he said, shuffling slowly, "and every card holds a piece of it." As he spoke, memories flickered in his mind like shadows: his wife, Melissa, who had passed away 2 years earlier after a battle with cancer, his daughter, Lily, now 8, who believed her dad could make anything disappear, except her pain. Ethan's trick seemed simple at first. He placed the deck on a small table, covered it with his hand, and whispered, "What's lost, can be found again." When he lifted his hand, the deck was gone. The audience gasped. In its place was a small wooden music box, delicately carved, playing "You Are My Sunshine." Ethan opened it, and there, nestled inside, was Sofia's signed card. The crowd erupted, but Ethan didn't smile. He just looked upward, eyes glistening. "This was my wife's favorite song," he said quietly. "She told me, if you ever forget how to find hope, make someone else believe in magic again." He turned to the judges. "That's what I try to do." He asked Terry Crews to join him on stage for the next illusion. He handed Terry a folded letter sealed with wax. "Keep this safe," Ethan said. Then, he asked Simon to think of any word, any at all. Simon crossed his arms. "All right," he said. "Impossible." Ethan smiled. "That's perfect." He took a blank piece of paper and drew a small door on it with a pencil. "Behind every door marked, 'Impossible,'" he said, "there's something waiting to surprise you." Slowly, he folded the paper into a tiny square and dropped it into a glass of water. The ink dissolved, vanishing completely. Then Ethan turned to Terry. "Open the letter." Terry hesitated, breaking the wax seal. The audience leaned forward. Inside, written in neat handwriting, were the words, "Impossible is just something we haven't seen yet." And below it, a small drawing of the same door Ethan had just sketched seconds ago. The crowd gasped. Simon, for once, was speechless. But Ethan wasn't done. "This last illusion," he said, "isn't a trick, it's a promise." He invited a young girl from the audience to join him on stage. She looked about the same age as his daughter. Ethan handed her a crumpled piece of paper and whispered something to her. The girl nodded and walked to the center of the stage. She opened the paper and read aloud, her small voice trembling through the microphone, "Sometimes, the real magic isn't in what we see, but in what we choose to believe." Behind them, the massive LED screen flickered to life, showing a short video of Ethan and his daughter, Lily, performing together in their living room, simple tricks, laughter, hugs. The video ended with Lily saying, "Daddy, Mommy said you can make sadness disappear. Show the world." The theater fell silent. Ethan turned to the audience, holding back tears. "I can't make sadness disappear," he said. "But I can show you that love, real love, never fades. It only transforms." He spread his arms wide. The lights dimmed again. From above, thousands of tiny paper butterflies rained down, glowing softly in gold and blue. The audience gasped, watching them drift and shimmer, as if alive. One butterfly landed gently on Simon's desk, another on a child's shoulder in the front row. Ethan whispered, "Each one represents a wish, a moment we thought was gone forever." When the lights came back on, the butterflies had vanished. In their place, the words appeared on the giant screen behind him. Dedicated to Melissa and to everyone still believing in magic. The crowd rose to their feet. The applause was thunderous, echoing like a heartbeat through the hall. Sophia was crying. Heidi pressed a hand to her chest. Simon stood, eyes wet, and said simply, "That wasn't a trick, that was love." Ethan smiled softly. "That's all I ever wanted to show." As he walked off stage, Terry hugged him tightly. "Your wife would be proud, man." Ethan nodded. "She already is," he whispered. Backstage, he pulled out his phone and called Lily, who was watching live from home. "Did you see, sweetheart?" he asked. Her tiny voice giggled through tears. "You did it, Daddy. You made Mommy smile from heaven." Ethan closed his eyes, letting the moment wash over him. The crowd's cheers echoed behind him like a wave of warmth. He realized that the real magic wasn't in cards or illusions, it was in connection. In love that defied loss. In hope that outlives heartbreak. That night, millions watched his performance online. People from all over the world shared his act, not because of the tricks, but because of the truth he carried within them, that even in the darkest moments, the human heart still holds light. And somewhere in Ohio, a little girl whispered to the stars, "My daddy can do anything." And for once, it truly felt possible.